Hello everybody and welcome back to Forza Horizon 3. I'm here today with the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Now, this is kind of my type of car. I like Aston Martins. It kind of reminds me the style of it of a muscle car. I like big powerful V8 cars, but I've never actually bought this car. I've seen it in the auto show or whatever it's called in Forza Horizon 3, and I've always thought I should buy that, and I just never did until I was looking. I wanted a kind of lower class car, a D class or a C class car to build up. That way I kind of had some room hopefully to fit some more upgrades in and try and find something that might be able to challenge the mighty Datsun. And I never really thought of this car. I kind of saw it and then just passed over it, kind of thing. And I was looking at our timetable sheets and saw that we haven't run an Aston Martin down here yet. So I thought, what better Aston to run than the V8 Vantage? Now, I will be swapping it out to be all-wheel drive. It doesn't really affect the PI a massive amount. It adds, what, 15 PI? So it's nothing major. I don't think we'll need to do an engine swap, but of course the regular engines, the V8, V10, and V12 all go in the car. If I do have to swap out engines, I will keep the V8 in it. I mean, V8 is in the name, so I mean, you kind of have to keep the V8 in it, or else you're just doing it wrong. I don't know what I'll put on, a turbocharger or a supercharger. If we do need one, I'll probably go supercharger rather than turbo, unless we need the extra PI. I will put the Forza arrow on. I am kind of... okay, so that just removes the really ugly front bumper. Well, we're going to be sticking with the Forza arrow bits. That just gives us a little lip. What does... because that just removes the spoiler completely. It looks kind of weird without a spoiler. And I'm assuming this is just going to remove the rear bumper. It doesn't cost any PI and it saves us a little bit of weight. So I'm going to just remove the rear bumper, save us that little bit of weight because it is relatively heavy from standard. Yeah, the rally compound tires, as we've seen with many cars, it shoots the PI up so massive. Even just putting it on street compound puts it up into A class all the way from C class. So we're not going to have a massive amount of room again to mess around with things. We're not going to be getting a massive amount of power out of this car. So I think I might just... okay, so if I put the rear tire widths on, it doesn't actually change the PI. It just adds on more weight. I'm going to go with 285s on the rear. I'm going to leave the front ones. 255s aren't bad, but if I do add the front tire widths, it does shoot up the PI quite a bit. Adding the rear ones doesn't really do much. We are four-wheel drive, so I don't think we're going to need the tire widths anyways, but just adding the rear tires didn't add any PI, so I figured I might as well go for it. For now, I will stick the diff in the car. Now, handling-wise, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in. I am going to put in the brakes and the springs. I'll probably stick on the anti-roll bars because they generally don't add too much in the way of PI. Roll cage, I'm kind of iffy about. It does add 4 PI and 100 pounds. I do want to try and keep it kind of lighter. Now, I'm not going to be able to get full weight reduction in it either. It's one of those awkward cars again where do I go for the weight reduction at all? I could get 100 pounds out of it. I don't want to go for the sport weight reduction because that's going to put us to 3,600 pounds, but not give us a lot of room for upgrades. Actually, that power to weight ratio isn't too bad considering the Supra that went out last time. What was that? 3,400, 3,500 pounds, and it only had just over 300 horsepower. That would give us 10 PI to mess around with. I'm going to see what I can get for power parts for the 10 PI. I doubt I'll get too much in the way of power. Yeah, I'm getting like 12 horsepower. I think I might not I'm not going to do anything with the weight reduction. I'm going to try and keep the weight out of the car by adding in pieces that take out weight, or maybe... Okay, so that would give us up into 400 horsepower mark. So we're looking to get some decent horsepower out of the car. 435 horsepower. We are 4,800. Gee, no. If we're 4,800 pounds, I don't know if we'd even move. But no, we're 3,800 pounds, 435 horsepower. I'm hoping that that's going to be enough to give us a decent power to weight ratio. I am just going to go and take a sneaky peek to see what I could get on in terms of driveline or gearbox maybe. We did see last time, oh, okay. Last time we saw the Supra go out and the gearbox actually lessened the PI. So I was hoping maybe that would happen again. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So yeah, that is going to be the Aston Martin, 435 horsepower, 3,840 pounds. I'm not really sure where to place this car on our table. If I had to take a guess, I would say maybe around the Ford Falcon or the Pontiac GTO. They're kind of similar cars. Both, all of them are like muscly cars. A decent amount of horsepower, but they're also heavier. Yeah, the only way that we are going to find out, though, is to take the Vantage around our track. Alright, we are here with the Aston Martin to take it for its 5 laps down the course. I'm already saying I'm loving the sound of the engine, and it has decent acceleration. Not the best acceleration we've seen out of cars, but considering that it only has kind of a voice I just make, 400 horsepower, well just over 400, and it weighs almost 3,900 pounds. That's not bad going. The brakes aren't amazing, we have seen better, but we are trying to stop almost 4,000 pounds into these corners. We are struggling a little bit with some understeer, but I'd rather, like I've said in previous videos, I'd rather have understeer than oversteer in these cars. I am loving the sound of this engine. I don't know why, but it just sounds beautiful. Don't really like that corner there. We lose quite a bit of time. I guess I kind of did chuck it into the corner and slide it a little bit. Yeah, I'm liking this car so far. I don't have any real complaints about it. It's not a half bad opening lap there. A 109. It doesn't really like to carry its speed extremely well. I'm going to get nailed for that one, yeah. I just couldn't get it turned quick enough. We're going to get reset. Yeah, like I was saying, it didn't like that turn there. I don't know why, if we were just running out of grip or what it was, but we kind of just couldn't carry our speed. We actually lost speed going around that corner. It's not something I've really noticed with other vehicles too much. It could have been happening, I just never really noticed it, but I did notice it with this car. I don't think it's going to cause as much problem because we didn't really lose a massive amount of time by losing 1 mile an hour on that corner or anything like that. Up towards our jump. It lands the jumps relatively well. Like every car, you need to get positioned correctly for that jump so that when you get shot on the outside, you don't get shot out way over to the left or anything like that, or don't get really twitchy on the landing. But yeah, it lands it relatively well. I think the extra weight does help it with the landing of the few jumps around here. Having that little bit extra weight means that it hopefully won't get bounced up on the landings or anything like that. We are kind of drifting a little bit out wide there with some understeer. Actually hit the checkpoints through the chicane this time and don't mess it up for the Aston. Get on the power out of the hairpin there, and yeah, it has decent acceleration. It's getting up towards 90 miles an hour before this long sweeping set of corners. I still don't know what to call that, if I call it one corner or what I call it, because it's kind of broken into 3 distinct parts. Yeah, it's kind of weird, that corner there. It really doesn't like that section there. I think it just shifts down into 3rd, whereas I would rather keep it up in maybe 4th and run it through the, or maybe down into 2nd instead of 3rd, because it just seems like it's not getting enough power. Just going a little bit too far down in the power band. Carrying some decent speed around this corner now, but we are losing speed. We came in about 100 miles an hour and we exited around 96, I think, 95, something like that. So we do lose some time around that corner just because it can't carry the speed really wide out of the hairpin there. Get a little bit overzealous on the throttle, which caused us to end up out wide. This lap has been kind of scruffy, and most of it has just been little mistakes from me. Just pushing the car a little bit too much, a little bit too far right in the water, which causes when we get shot out to go to the left. That's the weird thing about the water splash. You have to aim it right, you have to be kind of on the right-hand side when you enter. But if you're too far to the right, just the way that you're exiting the water, it will shoot you out to the left, just the angle that you exit at. We're not doing too bad time-wise, a 105.5, it isn't bad. Hopefully on this final lap I can find even more time. I almost said find some even more time. That's proper English, right? Yeah, this car, it's a pretty solid car. I think our problem is we just can't really carry the corner speed. That could be down to us having not chosen, or me not choosing, the wider tire widths at the front and rear. I don't think we really need them at the rear, but definitely at the front I think it may have been beneficial to have them, just so we can carry that a little bit more speed around some of these corners and not lose that little bit of extra time. We're not talking about losing like anything like 3 or 4 seconds due to it, we're just talking about losing very, very small margins of time. That would be nice to make up. We are on, I think, for a relatively decent lap this time out. It isn't going to be quicker, it was close. It's a relatively consistent car. I think we got a 105 the last 3 laps that we did. Yeah, I'm impressed with this car. I do really like it. I feel like it would be a really solid car, even in maybe up into S1 class. Yeah, unfortunately we don't really go that fast. We do go around the same times that I figured we would go. This splits up the Fords near the top of the table. We had the Ford Raptor in 3rd and the Ford Falcon in 4th. The Aston Martin moves up into 4th place with a 105.5. The top of the table is getting relatively crowded, from 2nd place down to where the Toyota Supra is. That would be, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm not going to sit here and figure it. You'll be able to see it when I flash the times up at the end of the video.